If you've been using AI, you probably use it like most people do. You would ask a question, get an answer, and then copy and paste the output. And that's what most people do. But with Claude Cowork now, you could actually take AI to a step further because it could actually complete the work for you. Especially now with Claude for Small Business, which is an easy way for you to start implementing AI into your business. In this video, I'm going to show you how to install it and start using it. So let's get right into it. So first, let's talk about what Claude for Small Business actually is. So Claude for Small Business Owners is basically a plugin that was built by Anthropic to help small business owners to implement AI. It comes with 31 pre-built workflows, or you can call it skills, that are connected to the tools you already use. You can think about tools like QuickBooks, PayPal, Canva, DocuSign, Slack, Stripe. So these are the common tools that many businesses already use. So you don't need to build anything from scratch. It comes plug and play. You can just download it and use it, which makes it a really great starting point if you're trying to implement AI into your business day to day. Now, to use the plugin, you would first need to download Claude Cowork onto your computer. And if you still need to download Claude Cowork, you can just come to this website, which I will list it down below. And you can just click on download for macOS or whichever operating system that you are using. Just click on it, download it, and install it. And after you installed it, we can come here to open up Claude. It'll look something like this. And to use Claude Cowork is super simple. On the left-hand side corner here, you could toggle between chat, Claude Cowork, or code. So those are the three different modes that you could use, and you want to select Cowork. And then to install the Claude for Small Business plugin, we can come into Customize, click on this, and then you will see a list of different plugins that you can install for your business. This includes marketing, and then when you scroll down, there's a PDF viewer. And just so you are not confused with the different terms we are talking about, here's the differences between plugin, skill, and connector, which I think is really important to know in order for you to fully understand what we're doing. So a plugin is basically a bundle of a list of pre-built skills. So you get a list of skills packaged into one single plugin. And then a skill is basically a single repeatable workflow that you can invoke with a single / command. So if it's something that you do repeatedly in your business, it's really good to create the skill for that specific workflow. And then a connector is what links Claude to the tools that you already use. You can think about linking Claude to Gmail, QuickBooks, Canva, or the different apps that you already use. So let's come back to Claude Cowork. And to install Claude for Small Business plugin, all we need to do is to scroll down, and then you see Small Business here. So we can just go ahead to click on the plus sign. And then you see Small Business is installed and ready to use. And then when you come back to the Customize tab here, you'll be able to see the Small Business plugin installed. And we can click on it. And then you see the Small Business plugin here, the description here, which is a pre-built small business workflows. So we can click on see all here. So these are all the different skills that comes with this plugin. You can see the / command here. So for example, this one is a business post skill, which gives you a snapshot of everything that's happening in your business. There is an invoice chase skill here, which helps you follow up on unpaid invoice automatically. There is a Monday brief skill here, which helps you with weekly planning. And you can also plan payroll if that's something that you need to do in your business. And there is a job post builder, which helps you build full hiring packets, including job post, interview guide, and offer letter. So these are all the 31 skills that are already in existence, but you don't need to use all 31 skills, because they may seem really overwhelming once you begin to look at this. You can just think of them as templates that you could use if they apply to your business. So the key thing here is to just browse the list and you just find one task that you already do manually and you can start there. So when you click on a skill, so let's click on business post for an example, you'll be able to see the description of the specific skill. And on the left-hand side here, you'll see small business plugin, and then you see skills. And then here are the list of skills. And on the right-hand side here, you'll see the name of the skill, the description, and exactly what it does. So for this business post skill, what it does is that it pulls live data from every connected tool, synthesized into a single scannable brief, and serves the single most important thing to act on today. And then you'll see the step one is that it's going to pull data in parallel. It's going to pull data from these connectors, including QuickBooks, PayPal, Square, Google Calendar, Gmail, Slack, etc. So in order for this to work, you would need to connect to your apps. And in order to connect your apps, you can just click on connectors here. And then here are the different apps that you need to connect. So depending on what apps that you already use, then here is where you can connect them. So for example, let's connect Slack. So all we got to do is to just click on install, click on connect, and then you would just need to log into Slack and then it will be connected. And then click on allow, and then you'll see connected to Slack. So what you want to do is whatever apps that you already use, go to connectors, and then you just want to connect them. So let's come back to Claude Cowork. And another way that you can invoke the skill is to just come here and type in the / command, and then just type in the skill name. So for example, let's go with Canva creator. We can just click on this, and then just click on enter. And then that skill is going to be invoked. And then Claude is going to ask you a list of questions. With your input, it's going to help you build your campaign. So this was one example of how you can invoke the skill is by using the / command. So remember, in order to get the most out of Claude Cowork and the skills, you would want to come to customize and go to connectors and connect to as many apps that you're already using as you can. The more of the applications that you connect, the more context Claude would have and the better the output gets. So to wrap this up, here's how I would recommend you to start. Don't try to automate everything all at once. You'll get overwhelmed and you will end up doing not much. Instead, just pick one task that you already do manually and start there. You want to pick something that you already do regularly, something that's routine and that it is repetitive, and you can try to hand it to Claude. And anything that's relationship based or that requires your judgment calls, you would want to keep those with you. So it's important to discern what you want to pass on to AI and what still requires a human element to it. So just start with that one task, refine it, get comfortable with it, and then add on to the next one. So that is all for this video. That is how you can start using Claude for your small business. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. If this was helpful, consider subscribing, and I hope to see you in the next one.